Coming up on this week's Warriors HQ, highlights from our game at the RDS Arena, Pete Horne and Fraser Brown preview the 1872 Cup, and we visit ScottishPower Warriors Championship finalists Shawlands Academy.
I think it's an easy game to kind of get yourself up for. It's one that we'll be desperate to win. We've obviously got a lot within our dressing room to play for. You know, we want to send the coaches off on a high. We, out of respect for a lot of the guys that are leaving, we want to play well for them. And just to, you know, it's our kind of last chance to put your hand up to potentially tour in the summer and things. So yeah, it might look like a bit of a dead rubber, but there's no, we're certainly desperate to get another good win and hopefully win the 1872 Cup as well, something that's evaded us over the last couple of years. So it should be a good game.
Obviously, it's a game against Edinburgh. It's the second leg. We've been fairly disappointed with just our league performance, especially in the sort of second half of the season. Last game for a lot of boys as well here, especially being at home. So there's loads of factors. It just means there's sort of no chance of us taking it lightly.
God, it speaks for itself. You know, we've went from having 1,000 people at Firhill if we're lucky to selling out Scotstoun every single week, regardless of who we're playing. I think the brand of rugby we're playing, it means that you know Gregor's getting tipped for all sorts of jobs, and you know, for the last sort of 2 or 3 years, every club's probably been after him at some point, and I think that's testament to the way that he, you know, his dedication towards, you know, training and preparing us. But I think the standards that him, that Matt Taylor, that Dan, that these guys set, none of us can ever complain about, you know, getting overworked or anything, because those guys set the absolute high standards. You know, they're the first ones in, the last ones out. They're meticulous with their preparation, and it means that, you know, that kind of everyone else feeds off that. And so it's tough to say what sort of, you know, legacy he's left, because it is hard to sort of describe. But it's certainly, I think we've moved from being a bit part club that, you know, people maybe don't like going away to Glasgow to play because they're a tough team to play away from home, to, you know, every time we take the field, teams are, you know, expecting a bloody hard game. And I I think that in the squad now, every game that we go out and play, we expect to win. So we have certainly moved on.
Just speaking about Gregor and the rest of the coaches, what they've achieved here in the last number of years, taking Glasgow from, I know they'd reached the playoffs just the season before Gregor arrived. But then how the squad has moved on, not just on the pitch but off the pitch as well. Obviously there's been certain players, guys like Al and Dougie Hall that drove that when they were here as well, and guys that are still here like Shawnee Lamont. But also a lot of that comes from the coaching group. Dan in the last 2 years as well, he's been another huge part of that, just the detail and the involvement that you do off the pitch to make sure you perform every week. So what they've done for the club to move forward and the players has been huge.
They can come closer than close, yeah. Original they never will be. We might be from coast to coast, yeah. We just try to make you see. Nobody does it better.
I think it's been a huge importance in Shawlands Academy. I've noticed that a lot of the pupils who maybe didn't play sport before are now more confident in themselves. They have a bigger social group of friends. They're getting fitter, and we've also seen that it's improving their classwork as well.
Nobody does it better.
It's so fun. I started in S1 and it's just great.
Yeah, and what does it feel to be part of the ScottishPower Warriors Championship?
Really exciting.
I've absolutely loved it this year. They just love the competitive nature of it. They love going to Scotstoun and playing in a big stadium. They love seeing the Warriors walking around. They love playing against other schools. It's just been a fantastic competition this year.
We just try to make you see. Nobody does it better. Closer than close, yeah. Original they never will be. We might be from coast to coast, yeah.
Oh, it's great. I'm going down to a club as well now. After S1, I just got really into it.
Yeah. And what's it like playing in the ScottishPower Warriors Championship?
Oh, it's good. We did it last year and almost won it.
We were runners-up last year, so this year we're looking to go that step further. I know that the pupils are really determined to try and win it this year, but it's really good to know that we're taking steps in the right direction and being in the final 2 years in a row.
Thanks for watching. Catch us next Wednesday on Warriors TV.